Exclusive footage captured at Maguna's supermarket in Meru. The governor's alleged henchmen are seen making suspicious purchases, believed to be murder weapons. One key suspect, Vincent Mureithi Kirimi, alias Supu, and another man now identified as a prison warden, believed to have lured Sniper to his death. On 2nd December 2023, the very day Sniper disappeared, Supu is caught on a camera buying a toy gun and a masking tape. Items investigators now believe were part of the murder weapons. 9 days later, at 11:32 p.m., he returns to the same supermarket. This time, he paces from counter to counter, appearing restless. Sources inside the supermarket tell TV47 he was allegedly trying to confirm if the CCTV cameras were working on the night he bought the items. Watch closely. He lingers at the exact spot where the cameras are mounted, even dancing briefly while being served, seemingly testing if he is being recorded.
Sasa wakati ule sisi huyo alituambia ati kwamba simu ya Sniper hata huyo nani Miriam amepiga. Sijasikia Miriam akitajwa kwa hii maneno. Imesunguzwa. Kama ni hivyo wanasema ati wanawake wana haki ya kutetewa, wanaume hawana haki, mtoto wangu ana haki.
Pathologist Dr. Benjamin Kanake, who conducted the postmortem on Sniper's body on Friday, December 22nd, 2023, assisted by Chief Government Pathologist Dr. Johansen Odur, has revealed harrowing details to TV47 that Sniper was brutally forced to swallow 100 grams of quarry sand by his killers.
We found sand. Inside is trachea. The trachea is the windpipe. Because when you take air through your nose or your mouth, immediately it passes the throat, it goes down a pipe, which is called the windpipe. The one that is you feel from the front of your neck. My position was that if someone is dead, mostly the tongue covers the back of the throat. Because when someone dies, the tissues, they stiffen. And you can't put something inside the throat of a dead person. Aitaenda bali. It normally stops as far as the cheeks, you know. And if it goes very far, it will reach just the back of the throat. But for it to go as deep as that bifurcation of the trachea, it means that there was either force, which is unlikely, because why would you force sand into a person who is dead? Or the person took the sand when he was alive. And this is one part that interested me a lot, is that this person, when he was being killed, he was probably begging for his life, or he was screaming, or he was shouting, and then probably to stop him from proceeding to shout and scream, somebody picked a mass of sand and pushed it into his mouth. But of course, in a screaming person, when the mouth opens, everything else opens. So his throat will be wide open, and therefore that sand will go in. We estimated about 50 to 100, between 50 and 100 grams.
But the horror didn't end there. The very morgue where Sniper's battered body was taken at the Marimati Level 4 hospital allegedly destroyed critical evidence by burning his clothes.
It was decomposed, terribly decomposed, because this body was discovered in a riverbed several days after his death. And that put a big question mark as to whether it was intentional, because that body, without specific marks, that body was never going to be identified. And because he had worn a specific color shirt and trousers, it could have been easier to identify the body had he been let to stay with his clothes in the mortuary. So they are trying to burn the clothes. I don't know whether it was intentional, and of course, somehow they didn't burn it completely, because I think they lit the fire and went to do other businesses as the fire was led to continue smoldering and burning the clothes. But I don't know. The fire went off before the shirt was completely burnt. And that shirt, when now we went to identify the body, the mortician, the guys who take care of the bodies there, they were able to help us now to identify using that shirt. The other thing that intrigued us, and we found it very weird, and I am talking again about the hospital staff, the hospital mortuary staff, is that they had attempted to embalm the body.